Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things I've learned along the way and share things with you that I've messed up on or I've learned that maybe will help you in return. And today I want to do something a little different. I have not talked about my mom's journals on here in quite some time, and if you watch my vlogs, you know I have talked a lot about my mom in my vlogs, and this is the 10th year since she passed away, and so I've been like going through a lot of her stuff recently. And today, I found her very last journal, and I knew I had it, but it was in a box of like all this other stuff, and then I had moved some of it to a drawer, and then I found it in the drawer, and so today I just pulled it out, and I was like reading through some of this, and I thought, you know, this is really interesting, because this is her very, very last journal that she ever wrote in. And I actually did not look to see what the last date was. The last date that she ever wrote in here, now my mom passed away May 14th. The last date that she ever wrote was March 24th. And, you know, it's interesting in here, you know, February 19th was the time before that. She had a dentist appointment. And she said, I have been so sick, muscles sore, not trying to quit. And then she went on here. And she talked about my aunt's birthday, but you can tell, like on March 24th, she goes in here and she talks about her doctor's appointment and all the stuff that happened in there. And then that's kind of it. Her journal turned into very much like this press conference of her doctor's appointments and what she wanted to remember. And what's, oh, just spit in the side of my mouth. I've been doing that in every video today. What's sad about that is that if my mom's journals consistently were never about things like that. They were never press conferences. They were observations about the world. And I want to share one with you. The last Christmas that my mom was alive, she and I went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I've talked a lot about that. I even shared a couple stories on here about it. And she wrote on December 26th of 2007, day after Christmas, watching the Today Show. I love this house. We stayed in a log cabin up in the mountains. I love the kitchen. Even slicing an orange is a pleasure. And then she put a little picture of an orange on there. I love fruit in the morning. I get so much energy from it. I haven't had my half an orange in the AM for over a couple of weeks now. It seems like my body reacts favorably after it has had a fast of a certain food. Foods that the body thrives on, and that is a healthy fruit. I think God made fruit as a totally natural, healthy food. That with none of it, or not, with none or not much, or not all preparation, and the... I can't read what this says. The state of the less done to it, the better. In other words, a whole orange is healthier than a glass of orange juice, etc. I love a whole pear too, especially scented with flowers, and they're organic bananas. Now getting close to New Year's will be Monday, December 31st, 2007, Tuesday, January 1st, 2008. List to do. And then she makes a list of all the things that she wants to do in here. And she goes in there. And then as you go in and you read about her things of 2008 that she wants to do, she says health. Check these moles that she had. She was always very concerned about moles and if they were, you know, malignant and things like that. And then she says cosmetic, checking the lines on my face, aging authentically. Exercise, walk more, do Pilates. She says weights, need to do. Personal, exercise, yoga classes, Pilates classes. For New Year of 2008, home, should I sell it or should I stay? In April, she talked about her property taxes. May, property taxes again. Finances, pay off my credit cards. Car, fix or buy a new one. And then she goes on here, December 29th. On the way home, beautiful day, stopped at the outlet in Pigeon Forge. Peter ran into Ralph Lauren to get a polo shirt. While he was gone, I realized the only thing I left at the house was my battery charger for my cell phone. He didn't want to go back. We're not, wait. She says we're not, dash. Listening to a variety of music Peter had on his iPod that looks up in his car. Everything from the Grateful Dead to Tina Turner, Prince's Little Red Corvette, Leanne Rimes, and Lou Reed's Walk on the Wild Side. Now in Kentucky, very pretty day. A lot of clouds and very clear. Peter called, oh, this is many days later. Yeah, this is January 2nd. Peter called, okay, and talked about like a patient that I had that I was like dealing with at the time. And then it says, she goes in here, Monday, January 21st, Martin Luther King's birthday. And that's all she says. And then she goes in here, Oprah's weight loss goals. And then she says, number 1, weigh. Number 2, get moving, 20 minutes a day. Number 3, get rid of soda, trans fat, fried foods, white bread. And then she goes in here and she says straight talk with, she just like puts a little commentary on here. And you know what's interesting to me about reading this is these were the things that were important to her the last year that she was alive. You know, that these little things that she noticed in here about the world, you know. And she says in here, dreams, January 24th, Thursday, 2008. Don't always remember my dreams. Sometimes they're very vivid, but sometimes they're not. And she talks about my aunt's birthday. We'll take gifts to Kathy and Dave's at approximately 4 p.m. I don't know why she wrote that down. And then in here, you know, it's the end. And then there's nothing, blank pages. And I think it's interesting because I think if you think of our journal as like, if you think of a journal as our journal of life and what we want to put on the pages, and this is what my mom thought about in her last 6 months of her being alive, you know, and that she says in here, Christmas 2007, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, we have a beautiful house. We have driven up into the mountains several times, and it is so beautiful. The weather has been very nice. We arrived Saturday night at about midnight. I put up the Christmas tree the next day. It's our little Charlie Brown Christmas tree. This house is very, very roomy and very, very cozy. Probably the nicest one we've ever stayed in. And the showers are absolutely fantastic. And then she goes on to talk about Christmas Eve and things like that, you know? And I think about that, and I think about every day that we are alive is another page in our journal. And what do we want to put on the pages of our journal? If somebody were to pick up our journal and read over the last 6 months of our lives, what would we want it to say? What would we want it to speak of our lives? And every day that we're getting up, are we thinking about that? Are we thinking about how we treat people and the way that we say things into the world, the music that we listen to, the movies that we watch, what things powerfully impact us? I read this, you know, I think, would it have been that difficult to go back and get my mom's phone charger for her if that was something that really meant something to her? And I don't have a lot of regrets and things like that because those are things that we don't think about throughout the day, but maybe we should. Maybe we should really think about the people that we want to be. And if somebody picked up our journal many years after we were gone, what would it speak of our character? And what would we want our lives to look like? I think it's something that we all should think about, and especially me. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.